passed the NCLEX. Now what? You may have just passed, or you're about to, or you're looking for your next opportunity and you kind of don't know where to start. How do you get your first nursing job, and what should you be doing to maximize your chances of landing your dream job? You have questions, I get that. Until now, your focus has been on just getting through nursing school and the NCLEX, but now you're ready to take on your first or perhaps your next nursing job. And I'm here to help you with some answers. So strap in for the ride, because by the end of this video, you'll be ready to make your move. And don't forget to subscribe to Brainscape's nursing channel for a steady stream of awesome tips on rocking your role as a new nurse. Hi, I'm Thea Beckman, a learning coach with Brainscape, the world's smartest study and flashcard app. If you haven't yet discovered the delights of our certified NCLEX flashcards, go get your paws on them, because they will help you efficiently learn and remember the most essential facts you need to be an effective nurse, even now as you enter the job market, because the learning never stops, my friend. With that said, let's dive into my first tip. Decide what you want from a nursing job. This really is the first step on your journey to becoming employed. It's knowing what you want so that you can narrow down your options to the opportunities that allow you to grow and make you happy at the same time. Here are some important things to consider. Where geographically would you want to work? And are you willing to relocate for a good opportunity? What kind of role or responsibilities do you want from your job? Are you just looking to get a foot in the door with something entry level, or are you hungry to move up and take on more responsibility? What salary and benefits are you ideally looking for? Yes, be ambitious, but also be realistic in self-assessing this one. How flexible are you in terms of hours? For example, if you have family obligations, you might not be flexible at all. But if on the other hand you don't, you might be comfortable working less conventional hours. Is there a nursing specialty you'd like to work towards? Maybe pediatrics or emergency care? And what would your ideal working environment look like? Do you want to be in the hospital ER, or would you prefer a nursing home, for example? Now, all of these questions are pretty important to answer before you strike out and do your research. Know yourself, know your needs and desires, and then allow these criteria to guide your research. And now for the completely opposite advice. Prioritize getting started and gaining experience over waiting for your ideal job to become available, especially if you're brand new to the job market. I can almost guarantee you that you won't fall into your dream job right away. So if an opportunity comes up, but it's not exactly the hours you want to work, or the environment, or benefits, or whatever you want, consider taking it anyway for the benefit of learning and gaining experience. Experience is gold in nursing, so just getting started is a huge deal. Now, I'm not suggesting that you work a job you absolutely hate, but don't be so fussy that you miss out on the opportunity to get a year of really good experience under your belt before looking for something better. Besides, you never know. You might discover an area of healthcare or a specialty you never even considered before, but absolutely love. Now, you know how it's said that when finding a job, it's not about what you know, but who? Well, my next tidbit of advice is network, network, network. In nursing, it is about what you know. Obviously, you can't your way into a nursing job, but it's also about who you know. It's about putting yourself out there and meeting the people that could introduce you to the people who may become your future employers. Also, this networking doesn't stop when you get a job. If you're ambitious, you'll maintain a presence in professional circles so that when those awesome opportunities arise, you'll be the first amongst the names out there as candidates. So how can you get yourself out there? Well, you can start right now. Network with other nurses from your school, as well as your professors and mentors. Join Facebook groups or other social gatherings and organizations for nurses. Talk to people. Learn about their experiences in the job market, who the good employers are, and tips for working the system. Ask about whether their hospitals or places of employment are hiring. And if you think it appropriate, ask if they'd introduce you or even recommend you for a job opportunity. Outside of that, join a professional nursing organization like the American Nurses Association, the International Council of Nurses, or the National League for Nurses. These are excellent places to connect with other people, find jobs, and get great advice, support, and resources. Also try to mix with other medical healthcare professionals like EMTs, paramedics, doctors, and surgeons if you can swing it. And become a familiar but friendly and professional face in the conversation. My final tip to you is this, although if you want the full scoop, check out Brainscape's guide on getting a job in nursing in the show notes below. Advance your education and always be learning. Your learning curve doesn't stop the minute you walk out of the NCLEX. In fact, it just gets steeper, and you should be prepared for that. And one really helpful tool I can recommend for learning easily and efficiently is Brainscape's certified NCLEX flashcards, which will help you stay on top of that essential nursing knowledge even after you've successfully passed the exam. You can also use Brainscape to make flashcards for yourself as you learn on the job. Every day will likely present you with a myriad of new facts you should remember, like new medications you may never have come across before, or management systems you need to remember. And the quicker you learn them, the faster you'll progress on the job. You know, with Brainscape, you can whip out your phone, make a quick flashcard for that fact, and then use the app later on to drill yourself on all the new and wonderful things you learned that day, while also reviewing the facts you learned the day before, and the day before that. One of our users' favorite things about Brainscape is how convenient and accessible it is, enabling you to study and learn anytime, anywhere, and on any device. So always be learning and seek out opportunities to advance your education, whether informally through the Brainscape app or formally through a new certification, and definitely both. So there are 4 great tips on finding your first or your next job in nursing. Decide what you want from a nursing job through research and introspection. Prioritize getting started and gaining experience over waiting for your ideal job to come along. Network to put yourself right in the thick of the job market, and advance your education and always be learning. And lean on Brainscape to help you do that easily and efficiently. For even more great advice, which also dives into salary expectations, check out Brainscape's guide, How to Get a Job in Nursing, details in the show notes below. You'll also find some other links to really helpful videos about working as a nurse, so be sure to check those out. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Finally, I would just like to say congratulations on becoming a nurse, even if you've been one for a while, and thank you for your brave and selfless service. The team here at Brainscape wishes you the very best on your journey.